All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a match. This game is going to be between ThorZaIN versus Michael. As soon as, I can see the game. I can see that it's still like working properly according. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now, ThorZaIN has spawned as the red human player over here at what I will call the 8 o'clock position. Green light ring, I am doing very well. Thank you for asking. Meanwhile, Michael has spawned as the blue undead over here at what I'll call the 4 o'clock position of Twisted Meadows. Excited about DreamHack, knowing that I'll be running into Nemo and Remo and Todd as well. Also, be running into the host, Slickster, or I forget his name. Isn't really part of the WarCraft 3 community, but very well-known talent in the casting community as well. So, hopefully he does a good job. And, Todd and Remo and Nemo, more than enough talent to help, get everything together in WarCraft 3. Now, what's opening up here? We are looking at, I believe this was a sped-built Altar of Kings. That's actually really fast, or it feels like it's really fast. And most likely that means that it was sped-built, and we will end up seeing a faster Archmage. And with a faster Archmage there, we can see a faster clearing of this creep camp. This rock golem creep camp dropping down a water elemental gives the Archmage level 2, and it's really almost a foregone conclusion. Undead's job is really to try and stop a human player from getting to level 2 early on, and most undead players, they know that it's rather difficult. If you can keep an Archmage at level 1, you force him to not have Brilliance Aura, and then you thereby slow down that snowball effect. Archmage, however, actually making its way out across, and where is it going? It's actually going into a rather different location to try and creep, and this is really, really strange. Why would you speed build your Altar of Kings only to go after this 3-1 creep camp? Footman is now going to make its way over, and now Death Knight is going to come in here as well. This was not the opening that I was expecting at all, and apparently, a very fast tech to tier 2 is going to be the strategy instead. Michael comes across, gets a big death coil off on that Archmage, and there's arguments for and against this particular strategy. Anytime that your hero is maxed out on mana, you're actually losing a little bit of time. As you see the Death Knight now chasing this Archmage, he's actually recovering his mana. He'll be able to get off a Death Coil if he wants to, and by doing exactly this, he can start to try and wear away at his opponent. Now, ThorZaIN is currently sitting at level 1. He isn't at level 2, so he is not getting that bonus Brilliance Aura either. This is actually working well into Michael's plan right now, as if the longer he delays level 1 on an Archmage, generally the stronger and better off things are for the undead. Undead doesn't really get going until the graveyard is up. He has Crypt Fiends, and then maybe even adding in that Lich, so that you have Frost Nova, you're able to pick off your other opponent's units as well. But the Archmage may end up perhaps getting some fireballs and, taking down some skeletal minions as well. Meanwhile, back off to the north here, an Acolyte is purposely perhaps just trying to buy time. Gonna go ahead and engage, attack back, and now gonna fight here. He's gonna try and time this attack, so we'll have to see who gets the experience as the Death Knight now makes its way over. Death Knight now gonna wander off over here. Archmage is trying to head back. Skeletal minions going back the other way. Is the Death Knight gonna perhaps be able to get some easy shots or kills, perhaps take down some of those units? Get some death or some damage onto a Footman instead, as the Death Knight still sits at level 1 and is now looking to back away once more. Archmage off on the other side here, and it must be the Archmage's goal to clear every green creep camp on the map, as we now see Crypt Fiends joining in on the fight. Skeletal minions also fighting back as well. These skeletal minions could end up getting taken down. 10 extra gold for the human player. Death Knight doesn't get it. Archmage gets to level 2 as well, as the battle continues on. Archmage gonna go ahead and turn back around, still getting a good amount of experience. You see him slowly adding this back up now. So ThorZaIN has caught up to level 2. He seemed to do it the hard way, as he's now looking to once again retreat back. 31 supply compared to 26 ThorZaIN with the slight advantage. Crypt Fiend Death Knight now wandering around over here. Death Knight has plenty of mana for Death Coils. Archmage perhaps going to be able to get some easy fireballs as well, as another water elemental is dropped. Footman down to 144 hit points. It looks like it's going to be able to stick around and live and fight another day. No more Crypt Fiends joining in on the fight. A little bit of stutter stepping to try and maximize all of that damage there. As you can see, a Footman taking a little bit more damage once more. Death Knight really wishes that it had level 2 for that Death Coil if it can actually play this quite right. Footman down to 119.94. There's the Death Coil for the finish, but that is gonna, well, perhaps endanger the health of that Crypt Fiend, as one Crypt Fiend down to 129, looking to back away again. With the Mountain King now joining in on the fight, that very fast tech to tier 2 by ThorZaIN, it could open up for the death of a Crypt Fiend. If ThorZaIN can, well, perhaps prolong this particular attack, all of a sudden the Mountain King's going to show up and cause some big problems. That one Crypt Fiend down to 129 hit points. It could already be on the run. Mountain King shows up to this party. Stormbolt onto one poor Crypt Fiend being left behind here, as the Mountain King wants to go after the other. Mountain King trying to go after that other Crypt Fiend right there. Not going to be able to do it, as the Death Knight, well, gets in front. All right, we're going to try and see a little bit of pathing as well. Death Knight now shifting back down the other side. Is he going to be able to cut back across? There's another Stormbolt once more. Footman going to try and get in front and trying to do a little bit of body blocking as well. Mountain King, not enough mana, as the Death Knight retreats back home. OPEX WarCraft, thank you for, well, I'm assuming you're saying that I'm the best caster. Otherwise, I don't know why you would say that, but thank you for those kind words as I continue to cast 10 years later. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you for being with me on this very long journey. If I remember correctly, Day 9 TV once said, if you watch any pro players all the time, because it's hard to be a if you watch any pro play of Warcraft or Starcraft, stuff is going on all the time because it's hard to be a commentator. Don't you agree? Yes, it is hard to be a commentator, trying to keep track of all the details, trying to predict what players are trying to do, and at the same time, you're also trying to highlight things without being overly critical. A lot of the times, what I really don't like seeing commentators do is, especially in like Magic play, is like, oh, I wouldn't have done that particular play, because you don't know what the person's plan is or what that person's line is. You can infer off of what you see that the player doesn't see and doesn't know, and say, oh, he's gonna do this, but if he knew that his opponent was holding this or was already teching to this, he may have done a different line. We'll see if he's punished for it or if he can recover. And I think that's one of the things that I personally like to see in my casters as well, and something that I try to do. But there are often times, because I have a webcam on me, like, I have this look on my face like, wait, why? And then I gotta remember, like, oh no, you see what's happening. Stuff is going wrong all the time because it's hard to be a commander. Wait, I meant to say stuff is going wrong all the time because it's hard to be a commander. Okay, I have no idea what that means either. A green light ring, but yes, I guess it is hard to be a commander. Yeah. Anyways, Archmage going to come back across here. ThorZaIN with the very fast tech to tier 3, opening up that Paladin. And this is a big deal, getting a level 1 Paladin out onto the field even before he gets the level 3 on the Archmage. The castle and the tech is already there. Looking at the other side, Lich has a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, and the Rune Bracers is going to be a very nice pickup. Obviously, with Stormbolt and Holy Light on the table, magic damage is going to be at a premium, especially on high priority, on targeting heroes such as this Lich here. If ThorZaIN doesn't catch that, well, then things can go from bad to worse there. It means it's hard to command all these units. Oh yeah, just micro is difficult. Yes. If you just wanted to say controlling your units is difficult, yes, controlling your units And that's one of the biggest things in any real-time strategy game. Everyone is given the same amount of time when playing the game, hopefully, and how you respond, react. Oh, low hit point Ogre Magi, down to 65 hit points, still alive. Frost Nova, Death Coil, Silence onto the Paladin. Paladin needs to get to Holy Light. There's the Holy Light saving temporarily as the Archmage now tries to back away there. Death Coil saving a Crypt Fiend right there. Death Knight, well, a big benefit as the Impale comes across, picking up all of the units here. It is a Tri-Hero versus Tri-Hero, but the Paladin now goes down. Archmage unable to Holy Light in time. We're going to see, well, there goes a Crypt Fiend as well. Flying Machines are up. Knight could be in trouble. Most likely has a Staff of Sanctuary already lined up for it. Is it going to get it? Yes. Beautifully done. The Impale was already inbound, but the Impale has a little bit of a missile projection, as you could have seen. The Archmage able to get that Staff of Sanctuary off in time. Now, what is going on across over here? Double Boots of Quelt the Loss on that Mountain King. +6 or +12 agility. That's going to be very high armor indeed. But it doesn't really help with the Mountain King's, well, damage. It does help with the movement speed or the attack speed, but that is about it. Perhaps Bash will become a little bit helpful as there are already flying machines in the air. However, with 3 obsidian statues and no destroyers, those flying machines are not going to be able to really hit anything at all. And this is pretty much an undead Tri-Hero army as the Knights look to focus down some units. Hi, Moxie Cat, how you doing? Archmage now shows up to the party. Let's take a look at this crypt. We're going to try going back and forth, and the Archmage really doesn't have anything that can really keep him alive and well for that long. Archmage pretty much gets melted down in an instant. ThorZaIN, with that Rune Bracer, stays alive a little while longer as we're looking at the units trying to fight back again. Paladin is going to be able to Holy Light to finish off that Lich. Flying Machines are all right there. Destroyers could get taken down. Paladin is going to be in trouble. You're going to see that Paladin perhaps get shot down here in just a moment, as the Flying Machine should really be going after the Destroyer there. Mountain King is going to be able to go after this unit here. Archmage shows up. Let's take a look. Lich down to 39 hit points, down to 10 hit points. One more shot. It does get taken down as the Flying Machine's out going after the Destroyer there. Archmage needs to stay back away, gets another Holy Light off, and while hiring from the tavern, a beautiful, as a Lich now comes back out. Alright, Flying Machines are trying to fight back every which way. A miss on the Impale as the Archmage dances around on the other side again. Where is it going? Archmage running off to the races, so to speak, but with no boots of speed, trying to outrun a Death Knight with Holy Light. Not that feasible. However, what he is doing, the Archmage could have purposely tried to dance around that sheep a little bit to choke things up. Archmage is backing away, and what he is doing right now is that he's purposely buying time. He's buying time knowing that his opponent's trying to chase him down, and it's opening things up for him to be able to just get away. Archmage now at level 4 and gonna pick up Claws of Attack +6 as we see a large number of Knights have hit the field. What is a big surprise right now is we still do not have a single Arcane Sanctum. ThorZaIN, without an Arcane Sanctum, these Knights, the only way to heal them is going to be from the Paladin's Holy Light or this Staff of Sanctuary that has been so far used aggressively by ThorZaIN. Mountain King doesn't have any more as we are looking at, wow, almost 11 armor Mountain King, but is it going to really matter? Knight's going to go ahead and dive on in here. That is a lot of Knights going to be going after some of those units. Obsidian Statue quickly gets taken down. There's the Impale, as you see. Well, Stormbolt going on to a Crypt Fiend. Alright, Knight could get taken down here. We should see a Staff of Sanctuary on the way out. Is it going to get saved? No, it is not. The Archmage had it ready, but didn't use it, oddly enough. More battling coming back every which way here. Flying Machines could be backing away. Let's take a look. Another Knight backing back again as the Crypt Fiends are falling. Flying Machines have nothing to attack right now still as the Knights are coming to engage. There goes another Frost Nova from a level 3 Lich. Bolt from the Mountain King, finishing off a unit. Death Knight now trying to run away. Let's take a look. There's the Death Coil, air mailing a little bit more damage as well. Mountain King is going to be in trouble. ThorZaIN with the supply lead slightly. Impale picking up that Mountain King, and things are going to go from bad to worse. Meanwhile, Flying Machines here not able to do very much. Low hit point Knight, Mountain King trying to get away. There's some more web joining in, but the Flying Machine is webbed down, unable to do very much of anything as the units do need to head back. Paladin is sitting at level 2, not able to do much at all. We are taking a look. Knights are actually staffed of preservation inside the base with no way out. Or nope, there are trees cut out just to allow that. Archmage now resurrected back at the tavern. Paladin is now back out onto the field as the units are going to go once more. All right, trying to catch some units in transit. Oh, using that Staff of Sanctuary very, very aggressively, as we mentioned. Paladin shows up to the party, and this is really where I'm wondering, why isn't there a second Staff of Sanctuary? If you wanted to get that second Staff of Sanctuary out, and then, well, save your gold from Staff of Sanctuaries, from the Priest and that Arcane Sanctum for Staff of Sanctuary, it would make a lot of sense. You would just constantly be teleporting these units back home, and they would come back at full hit points. You're denying experience constantly, but we're also looking now at a level 4 Death Knight, level 4 Lich, and soon, well, now a level 3 Crypt Lord. Archmage in play, Orb of Fire to deny any sort of easy healing on a target. Another Staff of Sanctuary. This is going to be one of the most important things to look at. Anytime that Staff of Sanctuary is on cooldown, it is opening up more healing on another unit, as we're going to, well, perhaps a Goblin Zeppelin drop straight up into this entangled gold mine. Michael does not seem to be ready for this. Acolyte, well, trying to run away from a knight, but that, well, the knight with those sundering blades able to focus off and deal so much damage so quickly. All right, there's the Scroll of Town Portal. A footman, oh, able to escape at the last possible moment, down to what, 7 hit points, maybe even lower, as the units are now backing up again. Where are the heroes? There's that Mountain King now. Archmage is there. Where is the Paladin? Paladin, well, got lost in that last battle as the Archmage makes its way back as well. 48 supply compared to 47. We're looking at Michael with a very strong army. Even the Crypt Lord with Vampiric Aura helps the Abomination stay alive that much longer. Once the Death Knight and the Lich both get to level 5, unless the Archmage has some sort of Rune Bracers or Pure Up of Vitality, he's simply just going to melt under the pressure of all of that damage. Ogre Magi about to get taken out. There is another clause of attack. Is it going to be given to the Archmage? Yes, it is. Archmage now up to plus 22 damage. He's also seen on a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, which is extremely important if the Archmage or if the Lich tries to focus down the units there. All right, Lich here, ready to go. Level 4, big damage already on that Altar of Kings. Paladin could have a very bad day if it runs straight into the mix, and now trying to head back out. Oh, there's that Devotion or Divine Shield already being used. Big Frost Nova to that front line. Staff of Sanctuary should be used already as it teleports back down to the south right there, able to stick around. Mountain King doesn't have Thunderclap. Stormbolt still very powerful enough as the units are fighting their way through. Another big Impale, picking up multiple units, stunning multiple units. Holy Light, saving that Knight who got down to 150 hit points after the Holy Light right there. Death Coil continuing to save low hit point units, now trying to back up. Still no Priest at all. And this is one of those reasons, if you, the second Staff of Sanctuary on that Paladin, as that was what we needed for quite a bit of time. Mountain King still battling it up here. The Paladin and the Archmage, both of them, if they're able to constantly save units, well, it is going to be denying experience while saving units again. There goes another Knight, though, as the Crypt Lord is inching closer to 4 and the Death Knight is inching closer to 5. All right, you see 2 Knights right here. We see a Scroll of Regeneration now being used. ThorZaIN is down by 8. Is down by 8 supply, and well, with the Knights currently unable to battle, that's going to be a big deal. These Knights, perhaps they can go after this Obsidian statue in the back here as they're going to engage once more. Oh, the Obsidian statues are actually not fighting next to the remaining units. This is actually a big deal, as the Obsidian statues should actually be fighting next to all of these units here. Michael actually losing control of these units, commanding all of these units, a big problem and a big deal. There's another Staff of Sanctuary saving again. Holy Light. And well, Stormbolt, Death Coil, everything onto the Lich, followed by a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability as the Archmage still trying to dance around once more. Are we going to see? Yes, there goes one Obsidian statue. Another Obsidian statue could get taken down. Mountain King could easily Stormbolt another Crypt Fiend or try to save another unit. Silence on to that Paladin. Again, unit's going to be perhaps not separated. Oh, 2 Knights. went a little bit too far, but somehow Michael is not punishing his opponent for that. Taking a look back at home, we are looking at a level 3 Crypt Lord, a level 4 Death Knight. Lich going to get resurrected back at that tavern. That Lich was under quite a bit of duress for quite some time, as the units are now, well, still dancing away. All right. Large number of knights, 2-1 upgrades. Militia perhaps going to shift off to the north, look to set up an expansion of their own. Anti-magic shell to stop any of those storm bolts and holy light. Here we are, Goblin Zeppelin unloading everything, ready to go here. Sundering Blades is going to be important. Arcane Vault going to get lost. And, well, with that Arcane Vault loss, home field advantage, much of it is going to be gone. Stormbolt could try and finish off some of those units. Stormbolt onto an Abomination. Abomination could get taken down. Staff of Sanctuary saves one knight there. Other knights taking down Obsidian Statue in the back there. And another Abomination trying to shift back over again. Archmage needs to actually be close enough by, as the Abominations are falling left and right. Holy Light saving once again. And so many just level 4 and level 3 heroes. Archmage purposely using the Scroll of Town Portal to head back. Paladin is going to be able to do very much. Going to try and engage. Archmage could be in big trouble. Needs a potion of healing and uses it in time as the fighting's still underway. Mountain King could hope to land another Stormbolt here. Knights going after the Banshees in the far back. They do not have possession as of yet. Big damage going across the board as the Mountain King now low on mana, trying to finish off some more units. Death Coil from a level 4 Death Knight, but I believe the Archmage had the Orb of Fire debuff as well, or the Mountain King had the Orb of Fire debuff. Nope, Staff of Sanctuary saves another unit as the Knights are chasing the Obsidian Statues in the back. Archmage could be in trouble, down to 112 hit points. There's a Potion of Healing, uses it in time, dancing back once more, and I'm sure Michael just wishes that he actually tried to take down this Arcane Vault. That Arcane Vault providing 2 potions of healing to that Archmage. Home field advantage, it cannot be stressed enough as Michael is having a little bit of problems. Now we take a look, Paladin once again with the Divine Shield. Knights are just dancing around every which way. Mountain King not close enough to the Archmage. Well, not close enough to the Archmage for that Brilliance Aura any longer, as the units are now in a massive run back. Are we going to see a Staff of Sanctuary saving another? Yes, another Staff of Sanctuary saving from a Paladin as the units head back off to the north. Death Coil onto the Lich. More damage coming through. Abomination falls. Level 3 on that Paladin. He is currently silenced. He could be in trouble. Staff of Sanctuary saves him as the Knights are still battling it up. All right, trying to save that Paladin. That is always a big deal. Are we going to see a Scroll of Regeneration to try to save? No, we are not. So many, as we saw just a flat-out win. A beautiful game there by ThorZaIN, taking out Michael in a really, really tense battle. Those Staffs of Sanctuary, absolutely key. Item shop MVP, definitely saving the Archmage. Also, that second Staff of Sanctuary was absolutely necessary in order to heal your units faster, have more opportunities to staff out and save that unit, and especially if you don't go for priests. In a war, in long drawn out wars where your opponent has Obsidian Statues or any sort of healing unit that is just pretty much on auto cast, that provides a lot of durability for your units. If you don't invest in the Arcane Sanctum as a human, definitely consider, and you're going for tier 3, you definitely should have 2 of those Staffs of Sanctuary. And even on high hit point units where those units are often out of commission for a while, even the simple denial of experience starts to have a mental effect on your opponent, thinking, like, I should be further much ahead. I've done so much work and constantly have fallen behind. But Michael did a good job almost finishing off the Archmage, Paladin, and Mountain King multiple times with those hero nukes. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it. All right.